Hello there. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hi. Tonight's earlier than usual since apparently Grandma and Grandpa guys are coming over for Grandpa's birthday. Unfortunately, I'm not sure what time they're coming over. I asked Dad earlier, like right before stream. He's like, I don't know. Like, okay, thanks, Dad. So we'll just see how this goes. Like, usually my family isn't like super early for stuff, so I think it should be fine. But we'll see what happens. Okay, should be probably like maybe 2 streams left after this for the event. I think it's easy enough. And sure, I just gotta make sure to set my audio settings properly. But now to continue for the craziness. Like, oh man, all the insanity. Apple Pie is doing her thing. And heck, let's see what Andoain's up to. Andoain always gets involved with some totally not sus stuff, right? So now for Wayfinder. The one finding a path forgot the road he walked in on, but he still believes the place he stands is his destined endpoint. His destined endpoint, eh? Hello, Grandpa. Why are you leaning against the wall in a weird pose? I thought I was looking at a statue.
You could have heard my joints crack if you came in earlier.
Like, I don't remember exactly what Andoain told Cecilia, though. It's like, don't listen to that man.
I should pay a visit to an artificer to see if I can't get some cushioning for my waist.
I'm not sure the gun knight armorsmiths take into account the special needs of the elderly.
Young gun knights need it too. It helps mitigate the recoil from our guns. The nativity is tomorrow. How are preparations at the Shrine of Nurtury?
The mother is in stable condition. Andoain is taking good care of her. She will give birth to a healthy, beautiful infant tomorrow.
Wizardel and the Casdelian delegation, the Twin Empresses, and the Lithanian delegation, the delegation from the Ager Institute of Development Planning, the Tianchi delegation led by Yan's envoy of ceremonial rites. Tomorrow, all the visitors to the Holy City are invited to the Shrine of Nurtury to witness the birth of a new life.
That is so awkward, though. It's like, ooh, are we here for, like, do we make it in time for the birth? Like, let's watch the birth. Live stream birthing.
Why did you need me then, if everything is in order?
Our newest cardinal,
Lemoine?
She came to see the matriarch. I'm wondering, did she happen to pass by as she was investigating the bombings, drop in to take a look, and then propose to provide help to the Shrine of Nurtury on a whim? At first, I thought she came because of the attack on Andoain, but when I saw the look on her face after she saw the matriarch, it is clear that she has suspicions.
I thought I quelled those.
Lemoine possesses a keen edge that few others have, especially when focused on a single matter. There is certainly no better fit for a cardinal of the 7th Tribunal. At the same time, there's also no worse fit. More often than not, she relies solely on her own judgment when it comes to where she will focus her attention.
Do we need to be on guard against her?
You make us sound like some evil organization plotting to overthrow Laterano.
Who's to say? For some, the future, what we usher, will return life as they know it. Our empathy, our kindred and family, even the concept of sancta itself, existing limitations will be cast aside.
Hey, hello. Oh gosh. You think that might have been a story is based on himself? Because if it was, Andoain, what the heck have you been doing?
This should have been the predetermined end of Laterano's path, but the end has gone on for far too long. Some people take the accidents that happen in the process as a norm, and now they can't accept the predetermined end.
That is correct. We should prepare early.
I'll deal with Lemoine. You head back to the Shrine of Nurturing and get ready for tomorrow's ceremony. May the Lord's blessings be with the city.
Nothing's going to Grandpa's plans. The red-headed Sancta runs through the forest of white and blue, like a tiny flame flickering in the rain. The cloud on that comfort bell is almost the size of Croissant's van, and the cradle large enough to hold 2 cargo containers. Hello, hello? The clouds hanging upon the comfort bell seem to block out the sunlight, and the hands holding the cradles reaching towards the clouds. In this place, every living thing appears small and insignificant. Huh? What the heck? It feels so empty and quiet, but more than half of these nurseries are occupied. Children, outsiders, even fallen angels. The nurturers are busy. Looks like they've been living here for a while. Didn't they say most of the facilities are empty and will only open to the public when the ceremony is done? That's not true at all. I have to recover the bombs. I thought I could stop the ceremony by blowing up the venue, but this place is full of people. To think I went through all that effort to slip past the guards. I wish the girls were here. Texas could have knocked out all the guards and dragged them outside, or Croissant could have barged in the rooms and packed up everyone inside. Or I could just get the boss to do a meet and greet opposite the ceremony to draw everybody's attention. Ugh, forget it. There's no time, I gotta get to work. I'll take these bombs apart and think of another way. It'll be easy if you cut the blue wire first. What? Busted! When did you get back? L? You think Andoain was born in Iberia already, a religious place? He already faced his hardships early on in his life. During the tragedy, young Andoain went to Laterano and begged them to save his hometown, only to get a cold reply that his townfolk were not Sancta. Dumbfounded that the Sancta of Laterano could spend their lives living in an idyllic paradise with the promise of the afterlife, when the rest of Terra, particularly the Iberian Liberi, who were the most devout followers of Lateran faith, suffered. Yeah, that would be harsh. Very, very harsh. Like, oh no. Oh man, the insanity of the movies. The Strange Creatures one was just very, very strange. Truly an experience. Though I loved Young Frankenstein, that was funny.
An entirely unremarkable apartment, except for the fact that its roof offers a perfect view of the plaza in front of the Shrine of Nurturing. Is that why you chose to hide here, Artoria?
Another happy reunion, and much sooner than expected.
You did not attempt to conceal your trail. The paper dragonfly was a clear clue. I saw you use such musical arts more than once in Zwillingstern.
Well, I hate to admit it, but you've learned a whole lot of my secrets, Viti. Wait, you... Did our executor here not tell you that I'm his beloved soror, Sister Hildegard? Huh?
You're my distant relative, and that does not impede me from exercising oversight over you. Before I brought you back to Laterano, on the outskirts of Zwillingstern, I warned you. I will increase my vigilance over you in order to determine the subjective motivations and possible objective consequences of your actions. And I will shoot to kill if I find anything suspicious.
I remember the sunset that day. So hard-headed, he's fun, isn't he, Sister Hildegard? You're always cooperative, Artoria. That's why Lennon Monastery gave you a degree of leeway. You deceived us. I apologize, sister. I hope my impertinence will not be detrimental to you or Lennon Monastery. The ones on TV are wild? Ooh.
Why did you leave Latin Monastery without permission, Artoria?
Look at this shrine, Phi-MD. So this is a man who had a passage to paradise simply because he was Sancta. When he was taken in, the seed of doubt of Laterano had already been painted. That paradise is nothing more than a safety bubble. And the truth that he discovers in one of the countless... When he touched the black lock and white key, only amplify that seed of doubt. I can see why he'd go extra crazy in that case. So vast, so full of vitality. It reaches into the clouds, surpassing even the eponymous twin towers of Sterling Sim and Lethanian. Is this the grace and authority that Laterano wants to build? Look at the haloless outsiders being guided inside. What are Laterano's plans for them?
What have you found, Artoria?
Do you remember a short stay at Rhodes Island before returning to Laterano? I made a mysterious guest there. One who told me that there may come a day when Laterano is no longer a warm, cozy little cottage for the Sanctas. Phi-MD, Sister Hildegard, look what lies before you. Do you not suspect that the day has come? Hello, hello? What has become of the holy city that we were so proud of? What do you mean? You are the ever-vigilant, Phi-MD. You must have noticed something, no? Otherwise, you would have greeted me with the barrel of your gun. Also surprised, Phi-MD, I'm also a saint. Or not yet. Are those bombs? They look pretty powerful. Sis, you're walking again? Uh-huh. Hooray! Was it you I saw on Via Joida? And that Amo saw outside the firearms workshop? How did you manage to make so many bombs despite the curious strict control of explosive materials? You're as good as this as ever. Alright, spit it out, Elle. What are you trying to do? Blow up the shrine? Stop the nativity? Or sabotage the whole summit of nations? Stay back, sis. A massive pillar cuts the light and shadow open. Lemon stops in her tracks, keeping her distance from apple pie. That's the cardinal's cassock you're wearing, isn't it? Does it look good on me? Totally, it's so cool. It was a little loose around the waist when I got it the day before my creation. I had to stay up all night fixing it. Ugh. I wish I wasn't wearing this for our reunion. Did you come back by yourself, or do you have friends with you? Huh, you're pumping me up for information now? You're a simple girl, after all. You're not in a school, and this isn't a graduation ceremony. Did you really just decide to liven things up like this on your own? Who's behind you, and why did they put you up to this? Hey, let's try this. Apple pie with mayonnaise. Ew. How to slice one another. You remembered? When we had a fight that wasn't going anywhere, or a secret we didn't want to share, that's our password to set things aside. I can feel your emotions, Elle. Agitation, impatience, worry, not even knowing how to explain. And a hello, hello. But my job is to capture the culprits who are trying to sabotage the Summit of Nations. I will fire a request with the Curia to personally handle the follow-up to this case. The Sancta sisters stand off against one another, neither making a single move, nor speaking a single word. It is Lemon who finally breaks the silence with a sigh. I trust Apple Pie, let her cook. In that instant, Apple Pie flies towards her and hugs her tightly. No, that's the reaction I know from Elle in trouble. She practically soloed the event's boss in Maiden EX stages. Holy cow! I missed you, sis. It's been a while. Have you grown? Of course not. I was almost an adult when I left Laterano. You don't have to talk like you're my mom, sis. Is that what I sound like? Did you tie your hair yourself? It's coming loose. Let me tie it for you. Still careless as ever. Of course, I'm not as good as you at that. What are you doing here anyway? Don't tell me you knew I would show up. Nom nom nom, delicious bits. S2M3 at level 90 doing 10.7 keyboard shot. Holy cow! Also, I really love the little Emperor keychain that Apple Pie has. I'd want to buy that. Like, this would be adorable. I feel like it'd be like with some of our operators, maybe not. Not sure if our elite ones can come here right now. Just reviewing the shrine security measures, I thought it was remarkable enough to see the matriarch praying for a pregnant Sarkaz. And then I ran into you. Matriarch, pregnant Sarkaz, praying? Could the nativity be? So you don't know what's in the shrine either? Oh? Is it your turn to pump me for information? Who taught you to do that? I didn't turn bad, I promise. The people who are supporting me now, they're good influence, I promise. I'm not alone and I'm not being used. There's a lot that's wrong here, but it's hard to explain. I need more time. I'll come home after I've done that. I've done what I have to. Lemon ties one last knot with the string, then pushes up slightly so the strand of hair on the side of her sister's head will not come loose so easily. The next instant, she finds that her arms are empty. I'll leave this timing of the bombs to you, sis. I mean your eminence. Lemon hears the ticking of a bomb countdowns in all directions. She looks in the direction where her sister has departed, but is in no position to give chase. She never changes, does she? Have fun disarming all these bombs! They mentioned Wizardel being here, though. So if she wasn't, I wonder who'd be in her place. And let's see how I want to do this. This will be fine. Just in case over here. And aw, thank you. Okay, right here, first one. Ooh, it's gonna be kind of weird, but it's okay, it's fine. But yeah, even with enforce or like telling her about enforcer. Man, I was hoping she'd be here because it'd be funny. I don't know, what is the sister doing there? Stop it, sister. No. You know, I'll have her face this way, why not? We're just covering our bases. Wait, you got through? Shoot. Oh, I got too distracted by the craziness. Oh, my bad. Oop. Aww. I thank you, Fremont, for helping with the paperwork in that case. What a helpful fellow. Oof. Actually, this works out. I'll redo it later. Oh, Arknights is fun. Citizen, if you're here to view the nativity, please queue up at the security check line in the plaza. You've been dawdling here for a while. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just waiting for someone. Oh? There's a large amount of traffic going on in and out of the shrine today. We ask for your cooperation and to refrain from loitering. Hey, hello. Today, I spent so much time napping, it was good. I woke up sweaty, unfortunately, but it's okay. I will get the sweat off later. It's still early enough in the day. It's only 5:23 p.m. Sorry. It'd be kind of funny if Wizardelle still doesn't know how to read and write. She just has Fremont do all that for her. Elle's been in there all day. The plan was to blow up the important structural elements in the shrine to prevent the ceremony, whatever it's called, from being held as scheduled. She should have been out by now. Don't tell me she's been caught. But I've been here all this time and there's been no movement inside. But Elle must have run into some kind of trouble that's holding her up. Come on, Vani, think. What can you do? I have 2 small originium powder tubes that I could turn into an improvised bomb. It won't be very powerful, but it should cause enough commotion to distract the guards to allow Elle to... Vanini, no. Let's set it here. Vanini? No, not right now. There's no one paying any attention. All I need to do is set it off. Vanini's arm finds the barrel of a gun, preventing it from moving down any further. Don't let that thing go boom, girl. Stand up slowly. Reverend Gun Knight. Oh, and being caught by Grandpa of all people. Oops.
Those tools and all. You work at a firearms workshop. I have 10 minutes. Explain yourself, girl. What are you up to here? Or should I say, who are you trying to cover for?
Oh wait, what was her description of the city? In that case for Lemon. Let's go, Elle. What about Master Pag? Meadows is sleeping, his vision's been getting worse, and the doctor wants him to get plenty of rest. Hello, what did you miss? No explosions. Unfortunately, no explosions are going on. Change of plans. Yeah, Vanini's a real one. Like, sheesh. Ah, yes, peaceful, orderly, and always quiet. Totally. We shouldn't wake him if we're careful. There's something I need to tell you first, Fanny. It's so weird when you talk all serious like that. Ahem, listen. Hello. Eee! Man, Kotokazu, I wanted to get closer to being a 3-star, but I was sleeping during the time you were streaming. Gosh darn it. Nap time was too good. And yeah, the first time we ever went there was explosions. It was just a prank, bro. Blows up pillar, blows it again, blows it up again. Just a little prank. If you get caught, just give me up to whoever it is. Whether it's the Pontifical Cohorts, the Executors, or the Gun Knights, don't worry about me. Oh yeah, I went for them. Luckily I have both. I wonder how many copies I'm gonna get by the end of the banner, cause I'm still summoning. Like, just in case. Cause, oh gosh, limited banners. They hurt. They do hurt a bit. I came in the middle of the night, kicked your door open, and forced you to make bombs and stand guard for me. You're an innocent little angel who doesn't know anything. What? That's my condition for letting you come with me. Just because I'm shy doesn't mean I'm a coward. I know, and I'm glad you decided to help me. The Curious seems to be taking that ceremony very seriously. Who knows what punishment they have in store for somebody trying to bomb it? Besides, Laterano was very different from how I remember it. But no buts or whatabouts. I can handle this on my own. Besides, Penguin Logistics Company culture says never share the glory when you can hoard it all for yourself. Gosh darn it, Penguin Logistics. I still want that plushie that she has as a keychain for Emperor. Shakes head. I came on my own.
Interesting girl. Old men like me don't get a lot of chances to talk to the youth. Unfortunately, the ceremony is about to begin. If you won't talk, I'll have to hand you over to the executors at the Notarial Hall.
Stop right there, Patrician. Ooh. We're going back to Chirag? Oh, that's gonna be fun. And one of the freebies is gonna be 6-star this time? Oh, I love that. Level 2 and banners. Well. Good thing it's a while away to save up. Limited banners. Pain and suffering. Don't think I don't recognize that sanctimonious face of yours just because you're holding it behind a hunk of sheet metal. Oh, Silver Ash Altar. Oh my. Okay, yeah, I need him then in that case. My Silver Ash has been putting in so much work.
My legs. Pag?
Oh, and even his sister gets an altar too? Or is it just her, not him? What do you mean? Is something going on in the Holy City? Would you care to explain, or do I have to guess from your meaningful glances at one another?
This is not related to our investigation, sister. At this time, I have not determined that. You need to know more.
In any case, Arturia, you'll have to come back with us. I don't dislike you, in fact, I'm rather fond of you, but if your actions will bring harm to Land and Monastery, then I'll pull no punches. May I ask you something, Sister Hildegard? Huh? You love the monastery in Laterano, don't you? Or should I say, how did you establish an emotional connection to Laterano as a library? Well, I've lived in Land and Monastery for a long time. I was brought up by the brothers and sisters there, and we worked together to bake bread and beer, doing our best to keep the monastery solvent. I belong here. Of course I love this place. If you're asking why there are so many libraries in the Holy City, you've read the Saint's Travels, haven't you? Don't tell me you only use it to make your paper dragonfly. According to the Saint's Travels, the first encounter between the library and the Laterano began with a herd of burden beasts. Many years ago, a group of librari were scattered by a herd of burden beasts while seeking water in the wilderness. The animals carried grain on their backs, forming an orderly procession as they traveled into the distance. The librari spent great effort to hunt the burden beasts. They never imagined that these creatures of the wild could move in such an orderly manner, so they followed the beasts. Then the librari saw the halo bearers in the fields, singing as they guided the herd of burden beasts into an assembly of pearl-white buildings behind them. At a time when the librari still lived naked in the wild, seeking water and game, those people had learned to tame wild beasts and build cities safe from catastrophe. More importantly, the librari found that those people had a confidence and optimism that was alien to librari. Because of their halos and empathy. And from the moment of their birth, they could feel each other's feelings and understand one another. They rarely knew conflict, and they were able to overcome crisis that would destroy any other race. They created the perfect order, naming it the law. I can understand that feeling. Even as the Curia cut off funding to the monastery, even as its buildings fell into disrepair, even as they fretted over the monastery's books, the Sanctos of Land and Monastery never seemed to fear that there might come a day when we would have to close our doors. Their confidence and optimism let them accept the presence of the librarian nearby, learning from them and becoming part of the whole. Yes, over the ages, the Sanctos have almost completely assimilated the Holy City's library, other than the halo, which can never be shared. We are too special, able to take in everything, like a concerto with a clear main theme. Laterano has never been just a warm, cozy little cottage for the Sanctas, Fidi.
After you escaped, you were searching for a missing pregnant woman from a nomadic abbey. But there have been no such recent reports of a missing person in Notarial Hall records. Explain yourself, Artoria.
A poor mother has gone missing in Laterano. A little incident that no one has paid any heed. But by chance, I had once touched the note of her heart while playing in the wheat fields, and I discovered where she went.
Do you mean?
Patience, Phi-MD. Wait and see. We've come this far. You don't need me to explain it to you.
Is this the girl you took in? You have to forgive me, Reverend Gunnight, that I don't have the adoption papers on me.
Of all nations, Liberia has the largest population of Liberia. And Laterano and Colombia have the vast majority of them. That is sad that they couldn't receive the same blessings or gifts.
What? If you can take in a library, why can't I take in a Sancta? She's a good girl. You know you are the only Sancta I've ever had a real problem understanding. That mouth of yours. How long has it been since we last met, Pag? I forget, never thought much about it. Didn't think I would need to. Back on topic, your apprentice just attempted to... On my orders. Why? An act of protest. Is that so hard to understand? The Curia shut down over 100 firearms workshops overnight. My livelihood for decades. The shop I counted on for my retirement. All gone in the blink of an eye. When I heard you're throwing some party here, I thought I might force the Curia to hear the voice of this humble citizen in front of all these honored guests. I should have done it myself, but I'm old and my legs and eyes aren't what they used to be, so I had the girl run this errand for me. I thought that you've gone into a different line of work, Pag. Screw that. Why should I? When you still have the nerves to use that gun I made after you exiled Gia from Laterano? I just gave up being a dedicated supplier for you gun knights. True. And how exactly do you plan on dealing with this?
263 pulls in. Oh man, though. Hurts below 800 pulls saved now. Imagine having more than 10 pulls saved.
We're caught red-handed attempting to bomb the Shrine of Nurtury and sabotage the nativity. Will you once again escort your friend out of Laterano as a gun knight sworn to protect the sanctity of paradise? One who just happened to be a librarian as well. This has nothing to do with you being a librarian, Pag. If you'd indeed violated the law, then I have no choice but to suffer another parting. And yet, I see that no harm was actually done, was there? Take your apprentice and go. Humph. Come along, Vanny. Grab onto me. I left in a hurry and forgot the new glasses you got me.
Nice cover.
Reverend, the man's sword isn't up to scrutiny. I know. The appropriate course of action would be to take them in for questioning and eliminate any potential risk. That won't be necessary. Besides, I don't need another fight with that old bloke. This bomb is simple, improvised. The girl obviously made it on the spot, which means that her accomplice is still inside. Reassign an extra team of gun knights and work with the patrols to ensure the shrine security.
The sad part is if Vanini didn't do that, they wouldn't be upping security. But because she was caught making a makeshift bomb, it kind of alerted them. No, not kind of. It definitely alerted them. Vanny, no. Also, hello.
Yes, Reverend. Strange. Is she still in the Shrine of Nurtury? Cardinal Aid Amos. Reverend Petruzion. Long time no see. Long time indeed. What are you all worked up about? Have you seen Cardinal Lemoine? There's something I wanted to check with her. She hasn't returned to the 7th Tribunal since visiting the Shrine of Nurtury. If this is something to do with the explosion, I must be kept in the loop. Yes, Reverend. I bumped into a Sancta on Via Borgos and Pagus Faber to complete the takeover of a firearms workshop. There was a visible reaction from the Cardinal when I mentioned this to her. I checked the appearance of the individual I encountered against the database of registered citizens and found a match in the external personnel files. She must have been on the scene of the explosion in Pagus Devonus. She has certain ties to the Cardinal.
Ooh, Lemon max level and pot 5 has 1,467 base attack. Dang, girl.
Oh? I don't have much time, sister. I must return to the Shrine of Nurtury.
Let me confirm. You're not sure if the individual currently under care will die, but you want to make funeral preparations for her?
Yes, she's not in good shape. I will do all I can as her nurturer, but that will not preclude me from preparing for the worst.
This seems so un-Lateran.
What should a Lateran be like?
No, that's a complicated question.
Farewell. I hope we will not have cause to meet again.
I didn't believe it when they said it, but you really did come back here, Andoain. This Ecclesia Requiem, this field of irises, are they familiar to you? Do you reminisce over them?
There are many Ecclesiae Regiatorum in Laterano. As I'm reminiscing, it would be inappropriate for me to do that about an Ecclesia Requiem in my present position.
I forgot, you're a high and mighty nurturer now.
Who are you? Was it you who followed me and attacked me in the shrine?
Followed? Attacked? Who's the one who's mad here, Andoain? You or me? If you didn't want us to walk the same path as you, why did you call us Pathfinders? The sinister shrine that devours. Is it the righteous path that you found, or one that has led you astray?
I do not recall promising to walk the same path as anyone before I met the matriarch. As for the Shrine of Nurtury, it is true that it has guided my path, but sinister, there must be some misunderstanding.
Enough, Andoain. Nugas Gareth. Don't play the fool with me. A dozen of us never came back from the shrine. If the path you found demands our sacrifice, we at least deserve to be told. Or if you're really shameless enough to deny the connection, at least have the decency to say it to my face.
No, I don't understand.
You have plenty of time to figure it out.
Please don't. There are many children must care for, and that mother.
Did he get brainwashed? Damn it! It's them, pull back! If I didn't know better, I would say that you were trying to hit Andoain with that one. He's proven hard enough to kill so far. I figured it was an acceptable risk.
Fiametta, Mosima.
You've really made yourself a lot of enemies, haven't you, Andoain? I'll go after them while you two talk.
There's no need. I don't know why they're targeting me, but I can't help but feel. They're determined. People like that inevitably have complex pasts and simple motivations.
How compassionate. How could you do that? How could you do what you did to your own cohort then? Why don't you repent before Mosima and Lemuel? Why wouldn't you tell us what the one in the lock and key made you see deep in the dungeon? Why don't you ever give us an answer? Or more accurately, share the question with us.
We must each follow our own paths, Fiametta.
Is that why you attacked Lemuel and fled before coming back with that matriarch? Hiding in the Shrine of Nurtury under her protection like nothing ever happened? Is this your path? What salvation did you find in the years that you went off the grid?
I never found salvation, nor do I feel like nothing ever happened. However, life is short, and I do not find the answer I seek upon. My sins and your pain will become meaningless. The day after I was released from Lannan Monastery, I left Laterano believing that I would find something. The next 5 years were like a blur. All I remember is going from place to place, alone in many directions without end. I often wonder if something has gone wrong with my memory.
Sounds like it, dude.
And then, I found the matriarch. She was headed for the Holy City, though she'd been delayed greatly by helping the wounded and needy along the way. She made me believe that the answer still lies in Laterano. She promised me a miracle, and that thousands upon thousands more miracles will be born from us. I returned to Laterano to fulfill this promise with her.
Hey sis, just shut up. You're babbling to yourself and making zero sense. Listen here, Andoain. After I kicked you out of that gathering the other day, Patrician spent a long time telling me how important you, that shrine of yours, and the ceremony you're holding are. I've never seen that old man so serious, so I promised him I wouldn't pick a fight with you, yet. I didn't save your life because I've forgiven you. You just don't deserve to die before you've truly repented for what you did and paid a proper price. Nativity is about to start, isn't it?
I'm sorry, I must go.
Baby bottles. Good morning. Ooh. A Korean-inspired side dish using carrots? Oh, it sounds good. It almost sounds like Andoain was brainwashed. Honored kindred, returned messengers, emissaries from all across Terra, and guests who have set foot in the Holy City for the first time through the abbeys, I greet you. The shrine in which we now find ourselves was not built to demonstrate Laterano's power and authority for the Summit of Nations. However, I am glad from the bottom of my heart that it is completed in time for all of us to gather here today. Every birth brings new possibilities, for the continuation of faith, for the fight against calamity. Only in this way can we shape the future. Ooh, having some right now with salmon? Oh, it sounds good. This is even more true for the Laterano of the future. I bid you now, prepare and listen to the heartbeat of a new life. Welcome to the birthing livestream, everyone! Oh gosh, though. Live birth! And now to drink some juice. Yum. Acai blueberry pomegranate. Ah, tasty. Okay, let me close my bottle and put it back on the floor. Enlightenment. A new life, a new faith, a new future. Ooh. Ginger miso teriyaki glaze for the salmon? Ooh, delicious. I wonder what's gonna be for dinner tonight. I didn't bother looking in the kitchen before coming here. Wait a moment, Senior Executor. So you never intended to bring Artoria back to Lannan Monastery?
I never stated that I would.
Well, if you won't, I will.
There are certain things I must still ascertain with Artoria. Now, Federico, it won't do to torment a poor nun like that. Rochelle. Did you have to run away so suddenly? All I did was joke around with you, a little in front of that confessional. What was the joke? Okay. Anyway, I know this fugitive is a tough one, so I brought reinforcements. Giving up my chance to witness a nativity in the process, aren't you touched? I never requested assistance from the Notarial Hall. I know, you hardly ever work with the other executors. You'd think I volunteered for this. Special orders jointly issued by all 7 tribunals of the Curia. Pretty shocked when I got the orders. For a moment there, I thought Artoria had convinced you to commit treason. I have no such intention, and she has no such power. I've completed my assessment and determined that any risk to the Curia can be eliminated. You and your men may stand down now, Executor Rochelle. Are you to find the special orders, Federico? You have no authority to refuse. My orders were to oversee Federico's apprehension of Artoria before the Nativity, and to bring both of you in should there be any suspicious behavior.
Not so fast, Senior Executor.
Were you talking to me, Signora Artoria?
Of course. I've been sitting in that monastery ever since I got back. I think I would like to stretch my legs for a while longer still. It's been more than a decade since I last saw the Knights fall upon the Holy City. The view from this spot is remarkable.
So you're resisting arrest? Oh, I do so hate overtime. Stay behind us, Sister Hildegard.
I hope he at least gets paid overtime. If not, oh no.
You do have the honors, Federico. You've been in this criminal's case for years. No one knows your tricks better than you.
Looks like the Lateran has long had his eye on you, Phi-MD. Raise your gun. It won't be the first time. Arturia stands at the edge of the roof. Federico has many questions, but he can see that her fingers are already touching the strings. Behind her, Federico sees the Shrine of Nurtury, so tall he cannot see the top, and the infinite crowd meandering towards it. Rochelle and his other colleagues stand behind him. Federico hears the sound of weapons being locked and loaded. Tension runs high. It is as though he must prove something as an executor. There is no time to think. Federico raises his gun.
You've admitted to escaping confinement, Artoria. By the authority of the Lateran Notarial Hall, I am hereby reassessing your danger level and apprehension procedures. You must fulfill your obligations as a Lateran citizen and work with us to resolve any threat to Laterano.
Without warning, the muzzle of Federico's gun flashes. At the same time, music pours out of the cello, becoming one with the hymns emanating from the direction of the Shrine of Nurtury, drowning out the sounds on the roof. Ugh.
Federico, what are you doing? I shot at the building besides you. I did not strike any of you. But that hurts. Stygia, I think a rock hit my head. Am I bleeding? Do you know what you've done, Federico? Yes, you're bleeding. I will submit a detailed report once the incident is resolved. I will include a detailed explanation of the head injury you have suffered.
That was decisive, Senior Executor. Now, how do you intend to handle all these unconscious people? What are you looking for?
Rochelle's an annual pass for the confessionals. They can deliver these people to a hospital. Now, share your discoveries and work with me to resolve any dangers to Laterano.
It's just a guess. You chased me all the way here, then got your cohorts out of the way. You've evidently arrived at the same theory I have. It's almost time, Phi-MD. Perhaps the city itself will soon tell us exactly what has happened to it. Ooh, 2,758 attack. Before the ST ramp up. ... I wonder how the birth's going. I've never seen so many outsiders in Laterano. That's for sure. The last Summit of Nations didn't have enough guests to fill a single hotel. Just about every cardinal in the Curia is here. It's so crowded. The air is even more awkward than the Basilica. We're far enough on the edge, Mostima. We're like the cleaners standing against the wall of a casino. Whatever this nativity is, it's probably Andoain bringing out a song to kid who just learned to talk, so the matriarch standing there gets to ceremonially polish the kid's halo. All symbolic puff. We could be home watching one-armed chainsaw guy too instead. Let's just think of it as watching Nurturer Andoain work. Haven't you already said all that's need to be said to him?
My heart's been feeling twitchy for some reason. Do you feel it, Mosima? Yeah. Fiametta turned sideways. She's never seen such a serious expression on her friend's face. I'm feeling nervous, no, anxious, fearful. It's excitement and expectation, and I don't know why. I can't describe it. It's like my heartbeat isn't my own. Is this empathy? You're fallen angel and I'm a library. Neither of us has the power. No, it's not just us. Fiametta scans the crowd and is now certain that this heartbeat is not an illusion. The emotions that she is feeling are written on every face in the crowd. Every heart present throbs into its beat, to this beat, which does not belong to them. Look up. What? Comfort bells. Fiametta follows her friend's gaze. All the doors and windows were closed when the nativity began, not so much as a breeze can get in, but the comfort bells are swaying in time. The ones hanging in the Hall of Enlightenment with them, and the ones in the corridors leading to the nurseries, and they do not produce the chimes that they should. A sort of medium, like the musical devices that Lathanians use. If my guess is right, we're feeling the heartbeat of the mother who is giving birth. Oh gosh. What an interactive birthing live stream. It's exactly the same. It's exactly the same as what I felt when I waited outside the delivery room when my wife gave birth. I could feel the unfathomable pain, but she would not give up. Her emotions tugged at mine, and we both spoke the name that we had already decided. Baily, Baily. Lord above. The mother fainted. She's too weak. The pain of birthing is more than she can handle. It's not good. My heart's about to leap out of my mouth. She's not giving up. Lord, holy city most pure, have mercy on us. Have mercy on us.
Oh gosh! Feeling the feelings of giving birth. This living birth, or this birthing live stream, that is intense. Have mercy on us. So, this really is a form of empathy. Comfort bells sway violently throughout the hall. The ever-shifting emotions and the irregular heartbeats tug at everyone's nerves. No one knows who the mother is, what her name is, how old she is, where she came from, but everyone knows what she's experiencing. No one moves a single step. The fragile newborn has not yet triumphed over death. The struggle to break through the shell of ignorance seems eternal. Inside the shrine of nursery, thousands of people experience a childbirth together. That must feel so weird. Such clear empathy should never have existed in Laterano. After a long, long time, the heartbeat begins to weaken until all is silent. Imagine your first case of, or like your first dose of empathy. Childbirth. Connect the sensor wire and activate the timer. The last bomb is ready. Damn it, it's really hard to not march to this heartbeat. Fortunately, I've got the quickest brain in penguin logistics. I could play Sleeper Music Tycoon with one hand and ray gun battle shooting with the other, and be both the boss and Texas at the same time. All that practice wasn't for nothing. 2-minute countdown. Well, this corridor and the path to the nursery will be cut off. I hope my sister's intel is good. The Shrine of Nursery took a pregnant Sarkaz from a nomadic abbey and got her to give birth to a Sarkaz at the Summit of Nations in this crazy ceremony. I don't know what they're trying to do, but if I can keep her from appearing in front of the crowd... Excuse me, you're in the way. The mother's about to give birth. I want to get closer and pray for her. Sorry, Al. Wait. Pregnant Sarkaz? Aren't you the one?
Yeah, what of it?
Huh? Shouldn't you be giving birth?
Lemuel, right? We've met before. Your sister brought you to our place.
Yeah, wasn't there another pregnant person though? Like the one who Andoain guys didn't think would survive? And that the matriarch helped heal?
We've met before. Your sister brought you to our place.
Oh, Fiametta's grandpa. Salve. Well,
The others are searching for the bombs and neutralizing them. Reverend Patrician. Good work. Stop the Songda. She has more explosives on her.
snipers are in position. We'll shoot to kill if the suspect attempts to escape.
Phew.
Reverend Patrician.
You're late. Cardinal Lemoine. Take the suspect back to the 7th Tribunal.
But if the nativity isn't about the sarcasm, then... The heartbeat that resonated throughout the hall has quieted down. A door opens to the corridor. Apple Pie looks in the direction of the sound. Carrying a small bundle, the nurturer stands in the light shining through the door. His hands and robes are stained with blood, but the bundle is clean. With the head bowed, he walks slowly towards the Hall of Enlightenment, towards the waiting matriarch. The crowd parts to let him through. Thank you, Andoain. Baby. Bebe. The matriarch takes the newborn from the nurturer. She cannot see and thus does not realize that his brow is furrowed in sorrow. The matriarch gently opens the bundle and reveals the newborn. Little burb. A fledgling beast. He leans against the matriarch's shoulder, mucous membrane still sticking to its infantile paws. The wet and creased fur shows no sign of relaxing. His eyes are closed, his breathing is barely audible. As you can see, the first life that the Shrine of Nurture has brought into this world is this fledgling arbor beast. I want to keep it. It's cute. Little baby burb. His weight is nothing. His weight is everything. Like, look at him. Little burb. Happy birthday, burb. I mean, arbor beast. His weight is nothing. His weight is everything. Before I came to Laterano, I found his mother in an abandoned nomadic abbey. She was so famished, her feathers fallen, that I did not at first recognize her as an arbor beast. A hunter's spear had impaled the mother's abdomen, but missed the fetus by inches. I do not know how his mother hid for so long, how she survived, and how she stayed awake through the pain and hunger. Until now. I thank the strong mother, our Sanctum Liberi brethren, and our honored guests from afar. This child was born amidst our prayers. He is a miracle that you have made together. But why? Why do his eyes not open?
Matriarch, this newborn's breathing is growing weaker. I tried everything I could think of. His mother gave her all. Perhaps the mother's injuries are too grave, depriving the fetus of nutrition.
Andoain, we may all have forgotten one thing.
Do you mean? The childbirth was long and painful, but from beginning to end, we all felt through the comfort bells, through empathy, was a single heartbeat. This child was so weak that he could not even express his desire to live, the most primal, most instinctive cry of life.
Andoain bows his head and does not speak. Is this what you thought the nativity would be, Mostima? No. Normally, we'd have already be cutting the cake beside a crying baby. Damn, this is depressing.
Do they mean that after all that effort from the mother, the baby was stillborn?
No, still breathing.
Chikazo, how could this be?
Lord above, is there anything we can do, like what we did just now, the thousands of us here?
What if I never felt Baily's heartbeat after hours of waiting outside the delivery room? What would my wife and I have done? No, I can't bear to imagine it. Poor baby, if you can hear my voice.
Oh, look at the baby. Somewhere in the crowd, someone begins sobbing. You know, I like this image more. Potential next thumbnail, that's why. Hee. Gradually, more and more people lose control of their emotions. Their cries join together and echo through the halls for the poor mother and her stillborn child. Wait, I thought there was faint breathing from the baby. From the baby. Then another cry rings out. Halo. It is not a sad sound, it is young and bright. Ta-da! Blessed baby. The fledgling Arab beast opens its eyes, and as though sensing the emotions of the crowd, cries out for the first time in its life. It stretches its limbs, and the sheen miraculously returns to its fur. The matriarch embraces the newborn life tightly, crying tears of joy. One such tear drops from the empty eye sockets behind her veil, falling upon the fledgling's head, reflecting the light of the sun. The fledgling does not stop crying, as though driven by the wailing, the light begins to break free from the void's shackles, becoming rich and full. A halo. The mark of the Sancta, the symbol of the law, the embodiment of truth. It has illuminated this unfamiliar creature. A shiny, miraculous beacon. The Lord has once again answered our prayer. He has blessed his child. This is a miracle not seen in 1,000 years. Its appearance on the eve of calamity is a revelation from the law. We're all witnesses. We're all participants. Henceforth, we're born equal and one, beginning with the holy city and ending with the holy city. As Sancta, the matriarch's embrace, the newborn licks her arms. He has awakened. Once again, the comfort bells sway. A new heartbeat, strong and regular, fills the shrine of nursery. I hope the Arbor Beast is gonna be alright during this event. Protect the baby! Laterano granted a halo to an Arbor Beast fledgling. Even the most incredible miracle in the saint's travels pales in comparison. Is this a divine blessing or a terrible calamity?
My greater concern is whether it is true, whether it should be believed.
Since when did you start doubting everything you see?
There are too many details, Artoria. The unusual confessional.
The boundless wheat fields.
The crackdown on the manufacturing of firearms and explosives. The firearms workshops being shut down.
The sudden change in Latin Monastery's role.
The abrupt changes in the administration of the Curia. The colleagues who suddenly appeared to interfere with my investigation. It was the appearance of Rochelle and his men, despite the fact that he should not have known my movements, that confirmed my suspicions. Otherwise, I would have continued my efforts to apprehend you.
All these anomalies converge at the Shrine of Nurtury, which seems to have appeared out of nowhere, an activity that so many have fixed their eyes on.
The missing mother you were investigating from the nomadic abbey was a pregnant arbor beast?
Yes. By chance, my music crossed paths with the voice of her heart. I followed the trail here.
The singular item that brought me to my conclusion, of greater weight than any of the above, is how the Lateran people are seemingly oblivious to all this. Everything in life has been turned upside down. But in this country, the city, life goes on, orderly as ever. As though things have always been so.
When 6 million Laterans continue to live as they always have, it's hard for us to convince ourselves that we're the only sane ones. Self-doubt is an invaluable experience for a hardhead like you, isn't it? Are you certain now?
Yes. Mathematics, physics, geography, archaeology, astronomy. No theory or knowledge in science, theology, or philosophy can explain this. A city with a population of 6 million sharing the same hallucination. But the present circumstances clearly run contrary to the order of Laterano and the foundation of the law. I have no doubt.
What a coincidence. Neither do I. Like, for me, the crisis upon Laterano right now is not too bad, honestly. Okay, now the sky changes color, so that's bad. But I'm like, sharing empathy... Okay, only if it's like... if you're willing. Doesn't seem too bad. Welp. The sound of comfort bells echoes in the sky above the city. The cello's music draws upon a crack, like a hand reaching into the city. The next instant, both sounds are brought to an abrupt halt. Silence. The crowds that come and go in front of the square have never existed. Laterano has never been so quiet, even when the city is gazed upon from the highest roof of the basilica. Federico and Arturia are unsure if they blinked. A scene most incomprehensible plays out before their eyes. The shrine continues to tower over the city, utterly out of place, but now dreamlike colors begin to run across its surface. Almost reaching the clouds, it spills its colors upon the pristine white buildings surrounding it. Doors and windows open to the streets and alleys of Laterano. Wherever the shrine shadows touches, and creatures the likes of which have never been seen before emerge from them. The scene is indescribable, but there is no doubt in Federico or Arturia that this is the real Laterano. The next instant, the same word slips from their mouths. Calamity. I want to see the creatures that came out. Communion. May our halos be shared. May our Lord share the blessings with all. Oh no, the sleepy ones. Ooh, I hear movement through the house. I wonder if Dad's cooking now. Because earlier before stream started, Mom was setting up for like the party. She's like, do you want to help me? I'm like, sorry, no, bye.
Slow down. You got a death wish or something? We're carrying a damned originium plate. We're all dead if you drop it. Seriously, what the hell's wrong with this family? Using this as a pickling stone. Do they like their pickles with a touch of originium?
Extra flavor. It's spicy.
Shut your sarcasm expletive mouth and keep moving. We gotta clear this whole district before the end of the day. Unless you want the overseer to shoo our heads off after the lich chews his. So many houses, and we've got to clean every single speck of originium off them. Doesn't Babel have a dedicated construction team? Why don't we just tear it all down and rebuild from scratch? Say, it's gonna take some getting used to not having any originium around. I said, shut your sarcastic expletive mouth. We didn't have a choice but to rely on the mines. Now that castle doesn't need to worry about energy anymore. Of course we got a clean house. Unless you like living in a den of originium. Hey, watch where you're going, Lich. Keep your threads tucked away, Lich. Who knows what might happen if they got tied up in the originium?
That's not very polite. You can cut the threads with your horns if they do get tied up. But who knows what dimension my threads will drag you into if it comes to that. Alright, I don't think I should scare you any further, gentlemen. Go ahead.
Did I imagine it? What's that light? It came from the house up there, maybe. Let's take a look.
I'll go.
What?
Those houses are right by the agricultural plate that has just been integrated. The light must be from one of the soil beacons in reaction to the originium plate that you're carrying. If Wizardell finds out the farmland that she's spent 2 years cultivating got polluted.
Alright, let's get out of here.
Man, I want Ermengarde too. Don't come any closer.
Ugh.
Ermengarde looks at the agitated girl standing in front of her, trying to shield the man behind her with her tiny body. It's a Sancta man, kneeling feebly on the ground. His halo and wings have shattered, their pieces still trembling and flickering like dying fireflies. The Sancta does not speak. It is as though he has fallen into a deep slumber. Who are you? Are you here to take us away? The girls all tensed up. Ermengarde bends down and puts her hands on her knees, doing her best to show that she intends no harm, even wagging her energized tail friendly. I mean no harm, young lady. I sent the other Sarkas away. Did you hear that? Maybe I can help you. Help him. Ermengarde closes the door behind her, shutting out any prying eyes. She adjusts her hat. Invisible threads reach out through an unknowable dimension. We can fix him. Master.
All the red tape and long-winded tomes, and the spires made me sick, but I should thank the twin sheep for their hospitality. Compared to what I have to deal with now, every policy has to be communicated verbally, and you have to explain things over and over again. When are we going to implement basic education for government employees?
This is urgent.
Go ahead.
I'm at the furnace node. I found 2 Sanctas with broken halos. One of them doesn't look right at all.
Bring them here. Try not to let anyone see you. We don't need a scene in the streets. I'll go wake Wizardell. Looks like it's time for our speaker to speak at an emergency meeting.
Aw, Wizardell's having nap time. Don't interrupt nap time.
The list is a long one. You're saying that all 43 Sanctas stationed at the spires across Schwillingsturm have abandoned their posts without permission? Yes. Evigegnade. They've already left Lithanian soil, forcing their way through the checkpoint at Erden border. Lithanian took in these Erari as an act of kindness. Now they have chosen desertion without any warning. Not entirely. The night watch of the Rake's music Hochschule witnessed a Sancta scholar leaving and noted that his halo and wings were shattered, as if there was a serious accident. A fallen? The symptoms do not align exactly. How do you think this should be dealt with? Are you asking for my opinion? Of course I am. You're the mouth of the austere authority. Michael Wolfgang. You're the only one who can speak with her voice in this realm besides me. Well, you've grown in the past few years, both physically and mentally. Hildegard has taught you well. I must commend you for making the report that you just did. You have in effect admitted that you have access to certain exceptional channels. The Sanctas of Lithanian have fallen and deserted en masse. This is a serious matter. You're the only one capable of dealing with it. Evigegnade. I know that you, the Urtica boy, and even that Grafchen, are doing things under the surface. As a reward, I'm willing to turn a blind eye to that. Now, back to the topic at hand. The border guard reports that they seem to be headed for Laterano. It's likely that the Lateran Curia is involved. Shall we send the Empress's voice to confront the Curia? 1 year ago, after Das Kaiser Innisfest, Evangelista the 11th communicated to me that he wishes to work hand-in-hand with Lithanian. The anomalous circumstances of the Sanctas may indicate that the calamity the Pope had feared, so much that he would seek our help, has come at last. Issue an edict. in the name of eternal grace and austere authority, to summon the best casters and scholars among all aspires. Calamity will spare no corner of this great land. We must hasten our studies into the secret retrieved from the chaos. Yes, Your Majesty. I will arrange for it at once. Perhaps not entirely at once. What I mean is, I will instruct the Empress's voice to... The Eventide is beautiful tonight, Michael. Stay and enjoy with me. The wound in the sky is healed. She would have appreciated this too, would she not? Tisk.
East of the east of La Unidad, Laterano, the holy city of white. The guns shoot fireworks, the target's all apples. When we pray sincere, he gives us bread. When we seek salvation, he sets us free.
Sing. Sing into your sleep. The god in your dreams is kinder than Laterano's.
You didn't need to go this far on the night watch, Aurelia.
Get lost. This is the Minoan border. Those Singas nobles won't go any further. You're safe. The Abbey's no more. We go our separate ways.
10 years ago, you came to my abbey and protected my plate from those nobles without a word. Now, you're leaving without a word.
You preach your teachings. I protected the kids in exchange for a new roof over my head, that's all. Don't think too much of yourself.
You can't leave, Aurelia. I'm not asking. Our destination is the same. We'll go with you to Laterano.
And when did I say I was bringing you with me?
We've been together for 10 years. It's a long time for a Kuokan. Maybe I don't trust Laterano that much, but I do trust you. The Lateran stripped you of citizenship, and you've cursed the city many times while I sang the hymns. But look at yourself. After all these years in Bolivar, you still won't take off the gun knight's armor. Even though you've fallen, lost the ability to wield a patron firearm, you somehow got your hands on this black steel gun, which means you never...
Shut up.
The fallen angel suddenly raises her gun, the muzzle almost reaching the Kukulkan's lips.
If you trust me, you should remember that I've told you many times, the holy city is not so friendly, kind, or tolerant as you imagine. Half the people who followed you from the abbey are not Sancta. There are plenty of places you can go after leaving Bolivar.
Perhaps what we follow is not the true Lateran faith, but is what kept a modicum of order in our lives amidst the chaos of Bolivar. There's no way I can convince the others to go somewhere else. They want to make the pilgrimage. Nor can I convince myself Laterano is part of us now, after these long years.
You've got to be kidding.
Think of the Sanctas in the Abbey. They never knew Laterano. They never know Laterano. Only the trauma of the fall. Only by returning to Laterano will they know what happened. Only then will the fear be driven out. Only then can their sickness be cured. Let us walk together for a little while longer, Aurelia.
I'm not going back to Laterano because I miss home. 10 years ago, an old man said something like this to me at another abbey. He was the one who exiled me in the name of Laterano because of some silly mistake. He wanted to hear me repent, hear me pray. He said there was a chance I could go back if I truly, sincerely repented for my sins.
You refused?
I sure did. Something seems to have gone really wrong in this holy city. I'm going to see this chance for revenge.
Nuada steps forward and presses her face against the cold gun barrel. We won't stop you. We just need a guide, someone who knows the way. Someone like you. The hymns begin to die down, replaced by the sound of children crying out. Aurelia lets out a laugh and puts away her gun. Aurelia's probably gonna be like, you know what, maybe it's a good thing that I was wandering outside. Oh my goodness, it's so cute! Wait, go back to it. Go back! Less cute. I want the seal! The Shrine of Nurtury smears its colors on the surrounding buildings, opening numerous portals to which strange creatures with halos emerge one by one, falling to the ground. Did those things get the blessing of Laterano too? It wasn't just the baby arbor beast? Claps excitedly. I mean, look at him! Oh my goodness, so enlightened! Sways uncertainly. They crawl on the ground, wagging their heads furiously, still trying to adjust to the halos. They bellow in a low rhythmic voice as they're joining together in prayer. Erg, that one's ugly. Erg, that's one ugly, chaotic voice of the heart.
If everyone in the Holy City has fallen into a sort of mass hallucination of an unknown source, does the scene before us mean that the boundary between reality and falsehood is being blurred, and that Laterano is being invaded by a material threat? This is even more incomprehensible than what we experienced in the pavilion. In the pavilion.
One of them has noticed us, Phi-MD. I love it. Enlightened creature praying. The seal is too cute. Though because it's a seal, it's from the sea. Well, hello, sea creature. The noise we made seems to have disrupted their ritual. An enlightened creature turns towards Federico and Artoria, perhaps because it missed part of the prayer. Its halo flashes and its bloated hide seems to grow light and lithe, approaching the duo at high speed. These ones, though. Federico raises his gun, but the halo-adoring creature pays no heed, not even stopping its prayer.
Fall back. The nature of these creatures is yet unknown. We must not be surrounded.
I thought you would shoot without hesitation. Are these creatures our kin, Phi-MD? Are you in violation of the law if you shoot?
Is that a joke or simply an ill-timed curiosity? Your patron firearm is lost, and I can neutralize these creatures without discharging mine. We will determine whether they should be considered our kindred, but not now.
Perhaps there's someone who can answer our questions.
Pope Evangelista the 11th. Move.
Next operator's Phantom Altar. Is he at least gonna be added to like the general pool afterwards? Oh gosh. Wings of the song to oh, so cute! Look at it! I love these burbs. Oh my goodness, they're so precious. Why are these enemies so gosh darn adorable? Like, I want to keep them. I have fallen for the trap. No! Oh no, I got rid of one of the babies. Not the baby. Like, excuse you? No harming the babies here. So incredibly rude. This is fine at least. I love just spawn capping them. Come out, wherever you are. And gosh darn it, I smell food being cooked. I'm getting hungry. This will sound bad, but yeah, I pretty much slept most of the day away after waking up in the morning for a bit. so I didn't eat anything yet. Heck, the first thing I drank today was the juice I had during stream. 750 saves, holy cow. That is still amazing. And oop. Oh my goodness, these darn birds. Yay. Look at it, it's so precious. Such a sound. Do not fear, child. Aww.
Matriarch.
Yeah, priest is probably something to do with the crisis. Especially if she wants to speed up assimilation.
You too, Nurturer. Thank you for your work. I simply did what I could.
The child is still weak. Take him back to his mother, Andoain. I will come and find you.
You seem unwell, Matriarch. Should I escort you to your apartments?
Hello, hello. I am fine. The heartbeat continues to echo within me. Not just the mother, I can hear countless hearts resonating. So powerful, it seems they could bring down the shrine. The people have begun to link with one another, irrespective of race or background, but some have rejected the future we revealed. The nativity has come to an end. Our kindred need not stay here. We should prepare for the next stage.
Understood. You should retire. I will take care of the rest. Once again, welcome to the Shrine of Nurtury.
The next stage will be global.
When you understand the matriarch's proposal at the summit, and regardless of what you think of it, the birth and enlightenment of this arbor beast is undoubtedly a clear revelation on how to remove the barriers between nations and races, on how to resolve hatred and build lasting peace, on facing the calamity that hangs over our heads together. Beginning with the nativity, the second summit of nations now enters a new stage. Laterano will share a halo with all races. May our Lord share the blessings with all.
Yep, worldwide. Dimera, Mosima, over here. Lemuel? When did you come back? Why did you tell us? Nice outfit, huh? Including those handcuffs. I wanted to surprise you. Well, hehe. Scratch his head. What happened, Lemuel? It's a long story. I could buy you 2 minutes if you want to make a break for it. Sure. On second thought, maybe next time. I've caused enough trouble for my sister already. Did I interrupt a reunion? Velev. Can you take the suspect to the 7th Tribunal on your own, Cardinal Lemuel? Or do you need support? After all, attempted sabotage of the Shrine of Nurtury and Summit of Nations is a serious charge. If you're concerned, you're free to come with us, or have a gun knight keep watch. Don't talk like that, after all. According to your conclavist cardinal aide Amos' testimony, you picked up Lemuel's trail at another scene beforehand. Yeah, I don't think she'd be the one, like, orchestrating all of it. She probably just found someone who seems like a good fit, aka matriarch. Give her a little bit of extra boost of knowledge. And let her have fun. Are you saying I tried to cover for my sister? Well, not exactly. All the evidence is circumstantial, and there is nothing that proves you did anything wrong. Did you recall our previous conversation in the shrine? I admire your ability and resolve greatly, Lemuel the Silent, but I also know when these virtues of yours are most prominently displayed. Besides, it's natural for us to be cautious when your sister's involved. I hope you understand. No need to worry. Letting Elle run around with all these charges against her won't help her. Of course, I'm sure the misunderstanding can be resolved as long as Lemuel cooperates. One moment. Shimmering Vigil and Legatus Mostima. What? Please remain here at the Shrine of Nurtury. The Curia has a mission for you. What you gonna do now, Vanini? They took Elle away? After all the effort it took for Magister to get me off the hook. Come on, Vanny. Isn't there anything else he can do? Vanny, be careful what you do next. Just because the last thing you did made even more security come around. Don't bother knocking, Andoain. I have nothing to hide from you. The mother?
Sleeping. I brought the child. His feathers are not yet grown in, but he's surprisingly lively. I thought perhaps you might want to pet him again.
I want to pet him. Thank you. It is comforting to me.
This place.
Do you remember? We built it to house the mother when we came to Laterado. It became the first nursery of the shrine.
I remember. We made this simple yet warm bed together, and hung the comfort bells that gave her restful sleep.
The room is no longer in use, but I come back from time to time, if only for prayer. This was our starting point, yours and mine. Stretches happily. Look at the baby. I says that he likes this place too. His halo was so bright, I noticed it the moment you brought him here.
It is the miracle that you have long believed in. But I don't understand what brought on the premonitions of the miracle when you first encountered the mother.
I had no premonitions, Andoain. I only saw your struggling heart. She was on her last legs, and what she needed was not healing, but her last rites, yet you wanted to save her. They would not allow the idea to be dispelled by common sense. I believe that this thought, which you protected so dearly, could create the miracle of life. Life is a wonderful thing, one that can never be measured by the confines of common sense.
Anyone would want to save her, matriarch.
Therefore, anyone can create miracles. Miracles are so because people do not believe in the power of faith. Is it the halo that gives Sancta faith, or faith that gives Sancta the halo? Have you ever pondered it? Our law, empathy, and firearms, and the paradise that we built atop them, did they all arise from a blessing without a cause, as common sense would indicate?
I don't know.
The past has its beginnings, as does the future. The Shrine of Nurtury, this towering edifice, was not built in a day. It began as a simple, ordinary nursery.
Our nursery.
Do we start with the blueprints of such an imposing shrine? No. We merely wished for a safe, comfortable room for that mother. And yet, its frenzied evolution led to what it is now. That is how a future where all are saved can sprout from our faith.
Matriarch, I followed you because I long searched for such a future, and you happen to know the way. But I never thought, nor could I comprehend, why you believed it could begin with me. What I'm able to do is, ultimately, insignificant.
Insignificant trifles, the grandiose feats that are but a hair's breadth from one another. You've labored for many years over this grueling journey of yours. You should not let such meaningless difference stay in your steps. I will need you to lift your spirits, for aside from caring for this mother and child, there are more deeds that must be done, such as the next nativity. back to the workshop.
You're early. I'm already packed. You can just stick the seals on top so I can go back to bed. Petrosian? Humph, I thought you were him. I was told the last part of the handover would be handled by the Notarial Hall. Why did they send a gun knights? That was assuming nothing had been tampered with. What are you talking about? Both the storage room and the equipment show signs of recent use. Cardinal 8 Amos must have made it clear when he last came here. All gunsmithing operations were to cease immediately upon signing the papers. Any unauthorized work on patron firearms or explosives would be a violation of law. I've had this little workshop for decades. I couldn't let go of so easily.
Aw, he's covering again.
I just wanted to hear these old boys move again one last time and shed some tears over it. Is that so wrong? You've already said as much. Your apprentice, Vanini, the one you took with you from the Shrine of Nurtury. Where is she? Must have gone back to watch the nativity. She's not a kid anymore. Besides, I don't see so well. Can't keep an eye on her all the time. In that case, let us continue this conversation somewhere else. What if I don't want to? I do not wish to resort to force unless absolutely necessary. It was Patrician who sent you here, wasn't it? Come with me.
Sister Hildegard, Reverend Gun Knight?
Is she not in the monastery?
Yes, but she just had an accident. She's resting now.
What?
I wish you could have seen the Summit of Nations. Because everyone went home afterwards. Wizardo's back, Fremont's probably back. No, he is back, actually. The Empresses are back. It's hard to explain. A mobile confessional suddenly showed up at the monastery yesterday. Sister Hildegard was lying inside, unconscious. There was no one else. Someone had set a confessional's navigation system to bring her here. We're not sure what happened to her. Perhaps we can have a report to you when she wakes up.
This is urgent. Bring me to her.
But... it's alright, Sister Gerain. Hildegard, you're awake? The porridge. I'm fine, just a little dizzy. I ate the porridge on the table. I'm coughing because some of it went down the wrong pipe. Reverend Gun Knight, you came for Artoria, didn't you? Yes, it's true that Artoria left Latin Monastery without permission. But I went after her as soon as I found out, and I caught her, but something unexpected happened. Please, give Latin Monastery a little more time. No, give me a little more time.
We would like you to come with us, Sister Hildegard.
Well, alright.
It would be best if you came too, sister.
Me? Sister Green doesn't have anything to do with this. I was the one in charge of supervising Arturia. This is my fault.
No need to worry, Sister Hildegard. With a major incident like this, the Curia needs as much information as we can get. Now follow me, please.
Well, they're bringing everyone into the city now. Ooh, I just realized. I finally got some good farming stuff. I could always use more of these later on. And heck, these are always nice too. Though, gosh, it's uncommon. Guaranteed. Okay, even better. Yes, I gotta go here for sure. Confess. Those deep in dream return to reality, while errant angels return to their homeland. And away we go. It is the greatest graduation ceremony in the history of St. Theodore's Comprehensive School. No, the greatest ever held in the entire history of Lateran education. 17 giant fireworks burst up into the air as a 17-year-old red-haired Sancta strums her strings wildly, opening her solo concert. The sound echoes through the campus, rattling the windows of nearby school buildings. M3'd Lemon's S2 and holy shit, she hits like a truck. The pews near the stage, statues and pool, apple pies of all kinds lie everywhere as gifts for our audience. But the entire square is empty as the red-haired Sancta plays her guitar and sings, with no teachers or students to cheer her on. It is no rare sight to see a student planning her own graduation ceremony in Laterano, but she's not even at the age to do so. She fails to get her permission to graduate early, even if she already has completed her preparatory courses for university. But what a sin to complete them without a ceremonial flair. Students open their classroom windows and watch from afar as the red-haired Sancta strums and sings without a care, until her final number. Then they witness an unforgettable sight. The red-haired Sancta plays her last notes, bows and thanks the air. The school gates then burst open as more than 100 automated confessionals flood into the campus. Where the audience should have been are now confessionals with their doors open, all their mobile electronic confessors joining the red-haired Sancta's performance with their volume set to maximum. Neither Laterano's largest choir nor its nosiest heavy metal band could rouse such a racket. Finally, the pontifical cohorts rush to restore order on campus as they persuade the confessionals to return to their routes. However, the instigator has long vanished from the scene, leaving only a single banner unfolding as the last firework goes off. Level 69 M3, I love that. Level 69. Let's send Lemo off on her next adventure with a bang. Lemo stops over at the Lateran port. So there's a saint statue here too. Weird how I never noticed before. They're actually pretty nice to look at. I didn't see the news, but I heard that there's gonna be Tirag, which is gonna be fun. I gotta look at the designs later. This is her first time leaving Laterano for a place without halos in her search for people and answers. She suddenly thinks, for no particular reason, of how she might not return for a long, long time. Wow, level 69 on purpose, huh? Didn't think they'd actually let you interrogate me, sis. Only because the previous 7 cardinals got nothing out of you. Kamel, help me open this. Why is this thing wrapped so tight? Wow, a Milfil fruit tart? The 7th tribunal is such a... It's sure nice to suspects. Come on, I made it myself. There's also this. Take it. What's that now? Your diploma. After I awakened, the head of St. Theodore's, who was also mentoring me at the time, came to see me and asked me to keep it for you. Your application to graduate was rejected, but the ceremony that you put together did indeed prove your skills. After all, how could you get that many confessionals to perform with you if you weren't really familiar with their programming and the intercity net's defense patterns? So the school consulted the Curia and granted you diploma in the end. Congratulations, Elle. Even if it's a few years late. Thanks, sis. I'm sure my letters found their way to you. I want to see what her diploma looks like. Oh yeah, later on I'll post how my diploma's gonna look like too. Hehe. Yay for graduating this year. Yeah. You know, I made a bet with Mama and Tata. They said you major in intercity net security and become an expert in the Nobunaga Hall. But I thought you'd never waste your creative mind with like that. I was sure you'd put major I was sure you'd put I was sure you'd major in faith assistive engineering and design a new mobile confessional that shocked the city. In the end, you left Laterano just like that. Let me be clear, Seth. I don't regret it one bit. You know I'm not the type, and I'm even less the type to let anyone hold any regrets for me. Which is why you rushed all your preparatory courses and threw that wild graduation ceremony, right? I peppered Mostima with questions about you, your work in Lungmen, your boss, your coworkers. I know you went to Syracuse, to Sargon, and many more places besides. You deal with all sorts of people every day, gangs, cops, sommelier, lords, Amir. You're always on the move. Why does my life sound so different after going through a Mostima filter? Well, I did live a nice life after leaving Laterano. Wasn't sad or anything. I mean, you were still bedridden then, didn't know how you got hurt, if you'd ever wake up, and Mostima refused to say a word. I had to know what the heck happened. You're my sister, you know? But that woman, bless her heart, kept avoiding me. I got a whole load of nothing from her. Don't blame Mostima. You know, sis, I've been through a lot these past few years. There's been some stuff that I would never have thought about if I stayed here. In Lungmen, Mostima was the only Sancta around, but she lost her empathy. Texas, Sora, Croissant, Bison, and the boss, at first, I made friends with them the same way I did here. Lemon gives you the vibe of the type 2 silent anger with a smile. A gentle calm contrast to Lemon's fiery personality. It's a good thing they're both not like, let's say, super duper energetic. It is nice having a calm sister than a more happy-go-lucky one. We're all besties now, but without empathy, I sometimes still can't help but worry about silly little things. I've been trying hard to overcome that, and every time I do, our ties become a little stronger. But here, things are different. Like right now, I don't even have to think anything to know that you want to go somewhere else to give me a big proper hug. What kind of collective has empathy turned us into? Does it make us more or less sensitive to others? Does it make us so insensitive that it's easier to accept totally outrageous change? Does this have something to do with everything you've done since you came back? Laterano's sick, sis, just like you were back then. We gotta wake it up! Elle, you need to give me more than that. There's Pontifical Cohorts guardsmen right behind these doors, right? I heard them when I came into this room. Let me guess, are you going to say this is your last chance or something like that? If you insist on refusing to explain why you disrupted the Summit of Nations and reveal the forces backing you, the 7th Tribunal will have to hand you over to someone else. I don't know what kind of punishment you'll face, Al. Laterano's leniency is never applied to those who violate the law, especially these days. Come on, apple pie with mayonnaise! What?
What's going on? Was that an explosion out downstairs? A terror attack? Aren't they interrogating the terrorism suspect upstairs right now? Who else would dare to attack the 7th Tribunal?
Automated confessional. ELCARO 001 in position.
A mobile confessional?
Fire.
God, what's going on? Who let that in here? Did they not realize this one's malfunctioning? But that's just a mobile confessional, buddy.
Bang bang.
Gah, who thought it'd be a good idea to put so many guns on a confessional? Alert, a mobile confessional was attacking us and attempting to rescue the suspect Lemuel. Calling all combat units, we need backup. I repeat.
Again. No left staircase. Blow it up and I can slow them down for a little longer. Do you read me, Elle? I'm here to save you. Danny? Sick idea. I never expected you to find out the secret of this confessional and use it to help me out. It's nothing. It took me so long to finally realize there's something unusual with its plate number. I noticed it when you stopped it before, but I didn't think too much. All confessionals start with LC for Laterano Automated Mobile Confessional, but this one starts with ELC. She practically scanned the entire city, stopping confessionals one by one, until I noticed her. Alright, apple pie. Pontifical cohorts reinforcements will be here soon, and the nurturing guards are also on the move. We need to get out now. Coming right up. Ooh, look at her go. The guards respond quickly, constructing an emergency passage upstairs, assembling to face the chaos. Apple Pie breaks the door open as the confessional speeds up toward her. Blocking bullets from the Pontifical cohorts, she hops into the vehicle and steadies herself as the confessional wobbles wildly from her landing. The Sancta's red hair flutters between the bullets and gunsmoke. Confessor. Wait, you've been exposed, so we can go back to normal, right? Leader, savior, doctor. You're so awesome! There's 6 guns on the front outer rack. There's 3 guns here. Ah, yes, this is us. Doing a thing. There's 6 guns on the front outer rack. Feel free to use them as you please. Do what you do best. Vanini switched out the bullets for non-lethal ones. As to whether they'll hurt your countrymen, I'll trust your aim. Gotcha. Talk about perfect timing. The 7th Tribunal confiscated my guns. The passages on both sides are hard to break through. We need an escape route. Then through the windows we go. The noisier the better. We draw attention and make it easier for Vanni to slip away. He won't fall apart, will you? Hold on tight. I can't promise I won't fling you out. I'll take the wheel, you handle our tail. Hold on tight. Got it. The party's about to begin, so let's show them what a perfect pair we can do. You don't know how Apple Pie managed to wield so many guns at once to suppress all the Pontifical cohort's guardsmen with a hail of bullets. You're also unsure if falling from the window this high will pose a problem back in reality. All you do is take her and zoom to the sky. Divine judgment. Rock and roll. Barrage. Apple. Never mind. Not the best place for that. I'm happy that we're doing this, but at the same time, oh my goodness, we're doing it the most chaotic way, taking over a confessional. Phew, I'm beat. Finally shook off the stragglers. That was tight. Since when did they react so fast? Sure enough, you took to the roof cell. Always a contrarian ever since you were little. Sis? What's the confessional and that girl? And yeah, taking over because we're not a confessional. So we're controlling it. Unless we're inside of it, then oh no. What's with the confessional and that girl? Oh, just good friends of mine. You said all this lawbreaking is about waking Laterano up? You were never the type to talk theory or explain something away with fancied rhetoric. By wake up Laterano, you mean to rouse everyone in the city awake? It's complicated. Look at me, Elle. Yeah? Separated by the roof ridges, Lemoine looks at her sister. The sun is unbearably bright. But she said look at me so gently that Apple Pie does not even blink before complying. For a long time, Lemoine and Apple Pie stand unspeaking. Silence links the two. Go. You're letting me walk away? You were only just created a cardinal of the 7th Tribunal. If they find out you let a prime suspect go, you're as good as defrocked, aren't you? Remember when the gunsmith had me pick a serial number for my guardian gun? Of course I remember. You didn't even mull it over. You just went straight for the date Mama and Tata brought you home. I told myself then to protect you and them forever. Hey sis, aren't you afraid they'll say you're covering for me? You don't get it, Elle. When choosing whom or what to protect, trust comes first. Ah yes, the noodle arms. The time we spent together, the empathy and understanding between us, that's why I trust my sister, why I trust that she's making the right call. So the way I see it, I'm not covering for you just because you're my sister. In fact, there's plenty of other reasons for me to do this. Why don't you come with me, sis? No. Your doubts, I've been having them too. Maybe there's some things I can still do in my position.
I think it's this way. Yeah, we followed them all the way here. Weird. They just vanished. They're so fast. Do confessional engines have the power? There's too many folks here, plus Lemos split away from the confessional. Contact the Notara Hall and have them and request executor support. Also, have them scan all mobile confessionals on the intercity net to see if they can find one designated as ELC-001. Roger. Look up ahead.
Monster grinds teeth. Thank you, Monster. Thank you for helping. Pedaling fiercely. Phew. Finally managed to catch up to you after clearing out your escape route. I won't let the Laterans tear you apart. Thanks for the hard work. You know, I have to commend your sharp senses. You figured out Laterana was facing a calamity based on just a few Sancta operators' peculiar reports. It might have been too late if we'd waited any longer to make our move. It's only been a few months since everything happened at Rhodes Island. We have to be on guard for anything strange cropping up. Amia's contacting our branch office operators. Closure's busy restructuring the new plates. Our lead operators are making sure the landship is secure. Thank you, Mia. Well, you didn't take more than a second to decide to come with me. You're welcome, though it always used to be... Alright, Dr. Misaki, what's next? We were hiding for so long, but now our efforts have gone to waste. We need to make sure Apple Pie can move unhindered. There's no longer any point in hiding our tracks. We need to make sure she can move. True. The strange ritual's over, and people have already woken up from the dream. I'm sure the machine is already reacting, and the Curia Nursery are speeding things up in their respective ends. Does it still want everyone to finish their dreams to complete its, experiment? I can't use any of my skills here, and their comms controls turned you into this. They've cut down your engine power too. You move pretty slow now. I'm glad you're here, Monster. Well, I couldn't find anything else to drag you around either, so... Grit's teeth. Doctor. Open your door. There's a couple of donuts in there. Chomp. I have to refill my energy. Ooh. Yummy, yummy donuts. And oh, that is our body. Oh, gosh. Grinds teeth. Raining wildly, brandishing claws. Are you holding on? I'm kind of used to it. I'm fine. It's just like how you used to carry me around. Now's not the time for jokes, Doctor. The Shrine of Nurturies incubated these monsters with helos in the dream. But how did they get them to invade reality? Look at the projections on the buildings. Notice the strange colors around us? Wow, sharp eye to notice all these little details while I'm dragging you at high speed. Glad you have excellent dynamic visual acuity. Uh-oh, they're catching up. Alright, hold on tight. Gah! So what about what about strange... I mean, so what strange stuff are you talking about anyway? It's not the dream collapsing that's affecting reality. The dream is just a facade. It's already using reality itself. So the chaos in Laterano wasn't caused by the machine going haywire. It's the opposite. It dragged everyone into this collective dream just so it could maximize its synchronization efficiency and output a pre-programmed result, which it could do. If it was running at full power, Doctor, we have to know what it ultimately wants Laterano to become. What exactly prompted it to make this decision? What it ultimately wants Laterano to become. Monster, have you found the connection point yet? I tried various methods ever since we came to Laterano, with their lead in hand and entered the dream, but... Sheik said aggressively, the machine's operating logic is too unique. I need more time. We're already exposed in both dreamland and reality, Doctor. The city's rejecting us like a virus. So our current priority is to... stay alive. Calamity's already here, you're certain. But there's no time to express any regret as you and Monster rush through illusion and reality, fleeing. No looking for a lead on the trail of your fate. At least in booth form, Monster also has a bike, so it's not as painful, hopefully, carrying us around using a bike. This trip to Laterano has been perilous, yet the bumpy ride somehow helps you shell some of your concerns. Unconsciously, you've already entrusted your life to her. To Monster. Thank you, Monster. What? How sweet of Monster.
Is that?
I thought I was seeing things. Shall we go greet our mutual friend?
Keep moving, Artoria.
Are you not worried about the doctor?
I'm worried. But it's not my top priority at the moment. It is the first time I've seen that woman who took the doctor away, but her appearance and combat style are familiar to me. With her, the doctor is not in immediate danger. An imminent danger. Also, the doctor has drawn away many of the monsters and created an opportunity for us to escape. We should leave at once and locate the Pope.
Phi-MD, I'll help you add to what you just said to your mission report for Rhodes Island.
I'll write it myself.
Confess. And now while setting up my team, I'll also drink some more juice. Hydration, please. Over here seems good, I hope. Oh gosh, they're starting to come here. Go get them burbs. Oh yeah. If only we could go on a normal vacation. Maybe someday. You know, I'm really playing her here. Once it can start getting that way, oops. I forgot about the sleepy thing. Oh, so very, very eepy. Good morning. Okay, now it's fine. Look at them being awakened, so helpful. And now drink juice. Yum. Must finish entire bottle. And also make sure my map is covered nicely. Okay, all is well. Delicious.
Mission accomplished.
See as we come up empty-handed.
The room shows little sign of recent human activity. His usual household furniture, such as rocking chair, coffee maker, and shooting target, are all covered with dust. The terminal shows no communication records or abnormal messages. There is no opportunity to produce any additional evidence for now. Preliminary deduction. Pope Evangelista XI has been missing for roughly 2 weeks.
I only met His Holiness once, and already mentally prepared myself, but to know something really has happened to him.
Arturia, explain. You seem to have a theory as to where His Holiness has gone.
We meet again, Grandpa with the Lateran candy. The curious joint trial is already concluded. With your signature on the verdict, the command shouldn't be having a private meeting with the Pope, though.
So, what is your decision?
So straightforward. I imagine you say something like, I was just taking my post-dessert walk and accidentally bumped into you. As for whether I'm willing to become a so-called saint, I believe we had a thorough discussion of the topic when I was at Rhodes Island.
We certainly did. I'm quite fond of that lunch myself. A pity our meeting was so short. I still remember that sunset, when you performed a not-so-Lateran piece. I also remember you were hoping for me to provide more evidence.
Yes.
Do you still remember my words, child? That every light we know will one day be extinguished.
It's etched into my mind. It's an interesting expression after all.
That day will soon come, of course, it's just a hunch.
The Pope points to his own halo.
It's been sending me a lot of warnings lately, but refuses to respond to any of my questions.
What does that mean?
To put it another way, our glorious law is suddenly no longer interpretable.
I only know how to play the cello, Your Holiness.
Of course. Interpreting Holy Scripture is the Pope's job. Trouble has popped up at work, and I have to figure out how to solve it somehow.
So, what do you need me to do?
Stay vigilant. I'm not sure what exactly will happen, so this is the only thing I can say. If the Holy City's lights do go out, then trust in your ideal understanding, your ideal emotion, the kind of unreserved, pure and honest communication that you seek. An alienist like you will then perhaps become a panacea. Or poison. But regardless, you will turn things around.
It sounds as if I have no reason to refuse you. Though I'm not the only Ilianus that Orano has.
Indeed, I was just about to contact the other saints. Though I pray we still have the time. So that is why you began suspecting your surroundings so early.
Not the whole reason, Fede. One's inner main theme may stay the same, but it's hard for me to miss those supplementary and missing segments, all blend together too seamlessly. Sister Hildegard is a good example. What concerns me more, though, is that the incident happened before His Holiness managed to find you.
The situation is too complicated. All about Orano has fallen to an unfathomable calamity, on a scale near to what we experienced in the Witch King's Pavilion. We require support.
Fortunately, I have my cello with me. Magister? There's no answer. Vanini walks around the workshop but fails to find her master. She spots a bottle of eye drops in the workbench, uncapped. Vani, about time. Huh? A gunner came by earlier and took Paganini away. Before he left, the gunner told me to tell you to hurry over to the Curia to assist your investigation. Vani, are you two in some sort of trouble? Either way, you better get to the Curia. The gunner wasn't in the best of moods. Magister. It must be because of her and Elle, but no matter. She thinks her master should not get caught up in this. Wait, these are... Some bullet casings are scattered on the workbench, as if they were casually left by a careless gunsmith. Vanini puts on her gloves and begins collecting them as she usually does, but suddenly she feels as if she recognizes these casings, like they're old friends. The shells are smooth to the touch, even the etchings have been rubbed flat. How many times have they been handled? What kind of bullet casings would receive such care, and in whose hands? Vanini takes off her gloves, she touches the casing, the metal still slightly warm. Peg.
Deus meus, Lord Almighty, you scared the glasses off me. Are you finally going to say something? You're ready for, you know. Any song to your age should be speaking with a bright halo over their head. Alright, I was hallucinating. You still can't talk. I would have left this rotten place long ago if I hadn't picked you up by chance. Just thinking about having to live in the same city as this damned Patrizia makes me sick. How many hospitals and churches have we been to? Huh? And so no one has any idea if you were just born like this, or if your lord has a problem with you. It's been 3 years, you have no halo and neither do I, so of course I have no clue what's going on in your head. Seems like I've gotten used to my little mute here. And even I myself am growing quieter by the day by day. Whatever, you haven't run off in the middle of the night, so I'll just assume you like it here. That's enough from me, considering how responsive you are. If you ever want to communicate with me, you'll have to figure out a way yourself. Vani, let go. Why the sudden hugging and crying and laughing? Did I flip a switch somewhere? You don't usually respond to anything I say. Are you trying to make up for all these years at once? Also, what's with the sudden light over your head? Those doctors and clerics treating you in the past 3 years couldn't do a thing. But you picked a gun with that Lemuel kid, and now you're fine? Gah, still can't speak, Don't you sound to sprout halos from your head, from your first word? Did your halo come out early because it got impatient?
Grabs your master's hand and nods vigorously.
I'm no Sancta, so I don't know how you communicated with that kid through the guardian gun, or how much it mattered to you. In any case, now I know you can understand me perfectly, and that's enough for me.
Gripping your master's face feathers.
Okay, that hurts! If you're willing to listen, I can teach you a less violent way to communicate. Sit here and stay. Look at these bullet casings. Here, I'll teach you.
Since when am I able to talk? I shouldn't. To little Vanini, understanding and expression were a pair of rusty doors blocking her from communicating. She lived with the garrulous and eccentric librarian for 3 years, unable to figure out when she was happy or angry, unable to express her own annoyance or adoration. She never thought a Sancta with both fiery hair and personality would blast a hole into her sealed-off heart without the need for words. Later, her master pieced small bullet casings together, and word by word taught her a whole new language. Even after she finally learned some simple phrases, they still use shells to communicate. But today, she no longer remembers when exactly did she finally manage to grasp the most complex of sentences, let alone how many times she nonchalantly tossed the shells left by her master into the trash. She dares not imagine his perplexed face as he rubbed the shells they used for more than a decade, wondering why his student no longer cherishes this special language from the depths of her memory. Through tearful eyes, she realizes that once more what those casings mean. It's a warning. No, Magister! Oh, Vanny, I just remembered something that was bothering me. When the gunny took Paganini away, it didn't look like they were heading for the Curia. I'd say they were going toward the Shrine of Nurtury. Ooh. Though hey, it's a miracle if Annie can now talk.
Cardinal Lemuel, forgive me for my tardiness. I was just sorting out the gunsmithy, hand over documents. There's just so much. Why are you here? Cardinal Aid Amos, have a seat. Easy now, just passing on the Curious' newest orders. What kind of orders require your presence? The Curious decided to suspend all the Cardinal Lemuel's work, and you shall serve as an acting cardinal of the 7th Tribunal under her work review, until her work review is complete. What? You heard me. The 7th Tribunal was raided by unknown forces recently, and the suspect Lemuel, who attempted to disrupt the Summit of Nations, managed to escape during the chaos. Cardinal Lemuel has made contact with the suspect, but released her without authorization. After further investigation, it was discovered she acted similarly during the Pagus Tivonis explosion and the attack on the Shrine of Nurtury. Cardinal Lemuel has engaged in severe violations of the 7th Tribunal's code of conduct, as well as the law. But why me? We wouldn't have captured the suspect without the crucial evidence you provided, and perhaps the activity would have been sabotaged. Amos, you've spent more than a decade in the 7th Tribunal, correct? 2 more months, and it'll be exactly 14 years. You're the oldest functionary here, and are familiar with the 7th Tribunal's business. Does it not make you the most suitable candidate? It may have been an absence of opportunity rather than a personal lack of ability that has prevented you from playing a more important role. Be more confident in yourself, boy. Reverend Patrician, I've always felt you did not like me much. I still remember the first time Aurela and I went to visit you. It was not you, but Phi-MD, who just came home from school, welcomed us. I mean, I don't like you. Aurela was my best student, exceptionally talented in armored combat and firearms, but she had too much of a character and an extreme way of doing things, while you, on the opposite, were too weak, and yet, these were your own choices. I'll just say this again, I wasn't home that day because my armor broke and needed fixing. Besides, if we're going to make it personal between us, you're the one who's holding a deeper grudge, right? I personally expelled Aurela from Laterano after all. When it comes to that, I only blame myself. You're right, I'm too weak, and have nothing to my name. I couldn't help Aurela diffuse her anger, and even though I was right next to her, and so she hurt the shackled sarcasm in the Abbey, and ultimately leveled her gun at her own people. And after she made that terrible mistake, I didn't even manage to see her one last time, Reverend Patrician. I really can't do anything. Then think on what you can still do right now. Now, the Summit of Nations is still ongoing, and the 7th Tribunal has lots of business on hand. You'll be temporarily created Cardinal, as the Curia has decided.
For Patrician? Yeah, he's doing his work really diligently. Though, oh my goodness, seeing Patrician going around, so many people dislike him, it's kind of funny.
Alright. What? Handshake review complete. You now have access to cardinal privileges and permissions. Wait, so fast? I still haven't. Cardinal Amos. In the face of calamity, Laterano must strive for efficiency, so there will be no welcome tea and cake for you.
With the gun knight gone, Amos pulls out a chair, he opens his terminal, and his privileges have indeed already been updated, as Patrician said. Everything happened so fast, he needs some time to adjust, and he suddenly realizes something. He taps at the File Explorer and scrolls all the way down, finally arriving at his target at the bottom. He opens the document, his finger pausing on a signature confirmation page.
Aurela, I finally...
Newly created Cardinal Amos sees a smile on his face reflected on the terminal screen. It is a little ridiculous, he thinks.
Aurora, you can be proud of me now.
This is... It's Sonorano. We're finally back. I love that hairstyle, it's so cute. No, something's off. Those strangely colored shadows, look at their shapes. They're projecting the Shrine of Nurturing? What's going on? Has Laterano changed? Or do we have brain damage? Watch out, behind you. Praying. A creature with a halo? What? There's more and more in them. Wait, stay back. I don't have an extra halo on me. Nice shot, they don't dodge bullets. We should be fine. Why do you look so dazed? Let's clear our way out. What's wrong? Oops. You're... fallen? Our awakenings may have influenced others to wake up as well, but there are also more of these halo-sporting creatures.
Those creatures drag the awakened into the strangely colored projections, and then vanish together. They did not even manage to retaliate. And the Sancta who shot at those creatures have fallen.
Phi-MD, I'm afraid my joke from before was no joke at all. These things are considered Sancta, and thus are people. How strange and chaotic their hearts sound. What should I listen for within the mess? What should I share with them? They can't feel our emotions either, and are anxious over it. They desperately want to share theirs, but they can only resort to brute force. Like an infant yet to grow a halo, no matter what they want to express, they can only cry and grab at their parents' sleeves. Yes, they are people, just too immature.
Immature but powerful. The law grants an infant a halo when it speaks its first word because language represents rationality's awakening. And rationality refers to a Sancta finally gaining the capacity to be conscientious of both their people and the law. Why would the law deem a pack of non-sentient creatures as Sancta, and also compel them to use brute force to intervene in their people's fates? Anomalies only continue to multiply. Currently, the only individual we may cooperate with is the doctor. Being present already, the doctor must know something about the current situation. Arturia, are you certain the doctor remembers the sound of your strings?
The doctor was almost present at every of my few performances on Rhodes Island. A pity the doctor was never my intended audience, but I ought to be glad that the doctor seemed to have been listening carefully every single time.
Only your first sentence contained actual information, Arturia.
Haha, sure. Well then, Phi-MD, I will guide the doctor with my cello. A sudden notification beep interrupted you. Here and now of all times. Federico checks his communicator. Hello, can you hear me? Aurora, former citizen, ID, LC007-3458. A group of Irari Sancta and war refugees, currently north of the Lateran city, 3 kilometers out, requesting permission to enter the city. Well, that's fun. Welcome back, Aurela. Funeral? I think I should have time to do one more. No one's knocked on my door yet, so... Or in here today, okay? Like, in here or here? Funeral or confess? Which one's better? Confess? So, oh my goodness, so much has happened. Like, sheesh. Like, Confess was pretty good, though. I feel bad for the Sancta who decide, you know, to bonk afterwards. I should be like, oh my goodness, look at that creature. Bonk. And then, oops. Okay, there's like 5 stages left. Or 6. Yeah, it's good for tonight then. At least I got Grandpa. Oh my goodness, Grandpa. I'm happy that I got to see the birth of the baby. The Arbor Beast is adorable. Oh my goodness, it's so cute. So sheesh, how everyone's under like a mass hallucination sleep. I'm hoping that Paganini's fine. Please protect the other grandpa. He must stay safe. The holy cow. We were the confessional all along. That was the most chaotic thing in a way. I didn't expect that to be our form here. And Monster helping carrying us around using a bicycle. I love that. Like, thank you, Monster. So helpful. So wonderful. And the way that, like, Phi-MD and Artori just happened to see that, witness that moment. You're like, oh, so that's our doctor doing a thing. Okay, well. Let's find a way to get them to come to us. I give her performance a high score. Monster's just trying her best. She's adorable. So I'm hoping we'll be fine. Especially with like a bunch of... literally everyone coming after us. Well, it should be fine. I believe in Monster. She can protect us well. I will hope for the best. And if anything bad happens, oops. Oh, it's gonna be fun consider like continuing next week. Perfect for spooky season. But now I'll go out. I wonder if they're here yet. And if not, I want to see if I can eat early. Hehehe. Because I know dinner's done. I can stop smelling the food being cooked. So that being said, thank you for stopping by the stream. I hope everyone has a great rest of your Epigotchalak. Time to go hang out with family, assuming they're here. Happy birthday, Grandpa. So I'll see you later. Bye bye. Happy birth.